Today I wanted to cover, pretty much everybody else that I follow is covering the same thing, as an opening schedule for Disney Springs. And with Disney Springs opening to a limited capacity, does that mean that the resorts, resort hotels, and the parks are going to open? No. I don't think that the opening schedule for Disney Springs in any way means that the parks themselves will be opening anytime soon. I kind of anticipate, and I don't have anything to base this on other than my own intuition, kind of anticipate the parks may be opening mid to late June, I'm thinking. I think that's probably open for debate and probably subject to change depending on the phases, the requirements that are needed to go from opening phase 1, opening phase 2, and that's statewide. That's not anything to do necessarily with Disney, although there are some Disney officials, I understand, on the state committee for deciding what will take place in phase 1, phase 2, and how you transition from one to the other. But in this video I thought we would cover, I've got some notes here just so I can keep track of what we're talking about. Some of the requirements for Disney Springs, things that they're going to require of cast members and guests that go into Disney Springs. And I should note that not everything in Disney Springs is going to be open. Their hours are going to be a little bit different. Their parking is going to be limited. I believe the only 2 garages that they're going to have open and available are the orange garage and the, the green or the lime garage, lime green garage, and the entrances from those garages to Disney Springs. The Disney owned and operated businesses or storefronts inside Disney Springs, from my understanding, will not be open. It'll be third-party businesses that will be open, that Disney will allow to open, that they're not necessarily Disney affiliated. They're renting a space or a franchise maybe of some sort at Disney Springs that, of course, Disney owns that. So with that, according to this flyer that I got here, and I'll try to flash this up on the screen, is parking. You'll have limited parking and reduced entrances. That's the orange and the green garage. From the entrances from the garages to Disney Springs, my understanding is there will be temperature checks, and if there's any entrances that are open to the public that aren't garage entrances, there's probably going to be funnels necessary, so to speak, where everything's funneled through a particular location to make sure they get everybody and do temperature checks that way. They're going to require face coverings. I've kind of got mixed emotions about that. Number one, Florida is hot, especially this time of year. We're coming into the hot time of year, so having to wear face coverings, that's gonna suck. I mean, there's no 2 ways around that. Me personally, when I wear sunglasses, my face gets hot and sweaty. So I can imagine what it's going to be like with a face mask on. But I guess if that's what they require, am I going to stay away from Disney Springs because they're requiring a face mask? I don't know. I don't know that I would go I don't like, Disney Springs isn't really my thing anyway. But since it's the only thing that Disney has some operational control over that is going to be open, I don't think I'm going to stay away just because of the face masks. I don't think I'm going to go once a week or anything like that, but I'll probably go once or twice just to kind of check it out and get my Disney fix in and maybe make a video or 2 of it. I don't know. So they're going to require face mask coverings, and that's going to be required of all guests from the age of 3 and up. So even the toddlers and stuff are going to be required to wear face masks. So how are they going to enforce that? How are they going to deal with non-compliant guests? That's a good question. I don't know. I guess that remains to be seen. I might also mention that they also say here that the masks are required unless you're sitting down to eat. So there will be some limited restaurants open. They've got a list. I have to check and see if I can find that information. If I can, I'll include that here as far as what restaurants will be open and which ones won't. But let's see, they're requiring, of course, the physical distancing and capacity measures, which is the reduced capacity. That, you know, they're not going to be just open free-for-all and everybody can come in and fill the place up like you might see it during the holidays. operational changes, including reduced hours, temporary closures of entertainment offerings. So that's going to be the Disney owned and operated businesses, storefronts, and attractions, so to speak, that they have at Disney Springs. Those things will still be closed. As far as I know, there's no opening schedule for those items that I know of. I did hear that there's some limited opening things like the following week of the opening of Disney Springs, which I believe was supposed to be on the 20th of May 2020. So, and it says, let's see here, increased focus on cleanliness. So the high traffic areas, the high touch areas, they're going to have sanitation locations, hand sanitizer, stuff like that. And my understanding is there's going to be cast members assigned or tasked with the cleanliness type duties, you know, wiping down surfaces, things like that, and making sure that those areas are sanitized, probably on some kind of a schedule, cleaning schedule. You know, I don't know whether it's going to be capacity based or based on a time schedule or whatever. So that's the opening schedule, or that's the opening plans anyway for Disney Springs. May 20th, so today is what? Today is the 17th. So a couple more days, that'll be what, Friday, I guess. 17, 18, 19, 20, yeah, I guess it'd be Friday. So that being said, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. That'll keep you up to date on future videos. And if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. That really helps out a lot. Then lets me know that the videos are at least somewhat on par with what people are wanting to see. And hope everyone stays well. And until the next video, we'll see you later.